What are you? How's your leg?
Better as I was getting upstairs at lunchtime.
You were sit up. Are you still standing or? Just there. Right, here we are at Mireside, Watsonians versus Glasgow Hawks. Delighted to say that Craig Borthwick's joining us again.
Yeah, thanks very much, Steve. I'd much rather be out there, but obviously circumstances don't let me, so here I am again to bore you for the next 80 odd minutes.
How is the injury coming along?
A lot better than we sort of froze to death down in Hawick. I get MRI results back on Monday.
Right.
So fingers crossed they give me some good news and I don't have to go under the knife.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll take it from there.
I think everyone will agree with that. And here we are, kick-off. First game for Watsonians this 2019. They've had quite a long break since Hawick, so...
Yeah, we've been off for about a month. Well, not been off, the boys have been in training and stuff like that, but certainly game-wise it's been a month, so it's been nice and good chance to get everything freshened up, and a few boys that have got bumps and bruises to get back in the game, and hopefully we come out firing today and get back into the groove again. Yeah,
certainly with a big game next week against Curry. I was talking to you before, it's never an easy game, but it's good to just maybe get a run out and see how other boys are playing.
Yeah, I think Hawks are after last week, they'll be looking to sort of come down here and take a scalp. You know, they're a good side, and certainly proved last week against probably a very, very good Curry side that they can mix it with the big boys, and certainly from the way that they've been going all season, that was a massive improvement on last week's result, although they came off in the wrong end of the defeat, but yeah, it was certainly a lot closer than some of the games they've been playing in, so we'll just have to wait and see what goes on. Hopefully we get back in the groove, as I say, and we can carry on where we left off before Christmas.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, looking at it without you, this is one of the strongest teams we've fielded the whole season, I think.
Probably stronger than standing up here, to be honest.
With McKill actually is in at 5 instead of you, so yeah, I think they've got really good depth. Maybe Rory Steele fighting for the position with Guthrie. That's always good to have competition for those sort of positions, you know.
Yeah, definitely. We've got a squad together that, you know, we're no any stronger or weaker when the boys on the bench are actually on that pitch. So, you know, you need a squad. It's a long season, and whoever's going to be out there in the 15 is going to do their job, and you know the bench are looking to come on and make an impact as well.
Yeah, totally.
Here's Lee with an early chance.
This is absolutely a dream position for him, I think.
Yeah, I think
maybe a bit for
he was striking the ball well before, but I don't want to curse him. I think every time I watch rugby on the telly, as soon as a commentator says something,
I know.
Makes a right arse it.
So. Top it.
Oh, he has as well. Oh, he's kicked it up.
I don't think he actually meant that. It was.
No, I think he hit that with his sweet day. Wasn't the nicest strike, but they all count, so he's over. Nice early lead.
Yeah, good 3 points. Get the scoreboard ticking over.
Big penalty for Watsonians. That's flat 5 iron from the 9 number 10. Watsonians 3, Glasgow Hawks 0.
Just making sure that the stream's actually going out to everyone.
Put the volume on this time.
Yeah. Trying to do too many things at once, Borth, and also freezing to death.
Yeah, took us about 2 weeks to get thawed off after we were down to Hawick.
It was last half an hour of the game was absolutely. I mean, it was all Hawick, so it wasn't much for us to.
No, it wasn't very pleasant to watch. It was one of those things that you get there, you get the points, and you get out of it.
Absolutely.
And thankfully it went our way and we came out, but we're on to another challenge today and see where this one goes.
That's Barreto, the 9, who's just come back from. He was benched a couple of times end of last season.
That's Leila Masanga that's on the ball just now.
And that's the pro, isn't it?
He was. I mean, I was at New Zealand as a youngster, and he was Waikato Chiefs, and he was the sort of mainstay out there. He was absolutely class. So, he came across to Scotland, and he's now played a lot of rugby for Glasgow.
Yeah, and he did get a cap actually. He got a cap for New Zealand.
Yeah, he's an All Black, so he'll be on a lot of money at Glasgow. But hopefully he doesn't. He's got electric feet. He's sidestep, so hopefully he just doesn't unleash that today, and he just stays nice and quiet.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got 2 other pros on the pitch as well, which I'll come to shortly. It's good play from
Matt Smith and Boy Flocker. I don't know who
that's
he
right.
is actually.
He's the number 8.
It's good pressure building from Glasgow Hawks just now. They're getting into their patterns fairly well and carrying the ball. You just need to get a bit, as I can hear Stevie shouting already. He's
I think we'll be hearing him shout a bit more actually.
There's Hawks in for the first score. It's the boy I was just on about, so maybe not mention him again.
We did just give all their pros a little name check, so let's hope it's the first and last we see them. I mean, it really came from nothing. He sort of ran over.
Yeah, it was just a missed tackle again in the centre of the park. He's just bumped, I don't know who it was, I think maybe Hutton, I think
it might be Hutton.
He just went over the top of him, and you know, you're not going to stop an All Black from 5-6 metres out. You know, they score them all day.
Absolutely.
So it's a disappointing start. We need to get our hands on the ball a wee bit and just get ourselves built into this game. It's all the rugby's been from Hawks just now. So
yeah, they've got a chance to add on the extra 2 here in front of the posts. It's currently 5-3.
Anybody that's hearing a bit of swearing, that's no coming from me. It's coming off of the pitch. So.
Not yet, anyway.
Just until I get the blame.
Number 19, masquerading as 12, Weather Masaga, converted Watsonians 3, Glasgow 7.
I think Watsonians will be playing with wind at their back just now. I think, anyway.
I'm trying to look at the flags. It's gusting again.
Yeah, I think it was sort of going right to left. So. There's no reason to be stopping this game.
No, not with the
it's
4 receiving a bit of attention. Right, the referee has said that it's fine to go now, so Lee Miller's going to start us. Goes high into the wind.
Kick.
Very good kick. Ross Graham tries to take him. Greg Jackson did just enough to slow it down a little bit. Here's the try score, offloads.
Yeah, knock on there from Hawks and wide channels, so there's a good opportunity, a bit of advantage, knock on advantage to play here.
Yeah, Connor Boyle just setting it up. Miller in behind. Hodgie with him.
Hodgie is the ball player in the midfield. Josh will finish this.
He's got a bit of space. This is where he tackled from behind, which is always.
Yeah, we had opportunity to score there. Josh will be disappointed in that. He needs to come back out to that touchline and simple 2-on-1, and Guthrie runs that in the corner fairly easily. So
Guthrie
disappointing there. Josh needs to get back into his position as well.
It's charged down by Hodgie.
Down by the tree.
Tree making himself larger.
Put on a bit of weight over Christmas, I think, Hodgie.
Wonder if that's the Edinburgh coaching staff saying you're great, but you need a little bit more weight.
He was telling me on Tuesday night he's up to 89 kgs, I think.
Still pretty light.
No, I think he's just touching 100, I think.
Yeah.
He's depends what time of the day he gets weighed, he says. But he was telling me he's about 101, so.
It's probably about right for a second row.
Depends who you're speaking to, Steve. I'm not going to tell you what weight I'm sitting at just now.
You're carrying an injury, don't worry.
It's not the time of year to be off with an injury, I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, you've got no excuse not to.
No, it's just all there in your face, and it's easy to put weight on, especially at the age I am.
Yeah, indeed. Is this not one of the first sort of long-term injuries you've actually had?
For a good few years, yeah. For a good few years, I had a broken leg about 5 or 6 years ago, but certainly for this last wee while, it's certainly been the first main one. I think this is the 3 years I've been at Watsonians. This is the first home game I've missed.
Right, I think that's what I was trying to touch on actually. Yeah,
I was driving up today, and I actually thought to myself, I don't think I've watched a game at Myerside. So.
Yeah, it's an odd feeling, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't like watching rugby at the best of times, let alone when it's my own team playing. So.
Yeah. Roland sells a dummy. Murray Scott back in the team.
It's a good carry by Greg. It's nice and wide, and he's got over the gain line. They're competing well at the breakdown. Now we're a bit high there.
Yeah. I don't think we thought they were going to compete, and then they threw numbers in. This is a little bit better from Watsonians.
Yeah, they're getting their hands on the ball. Yeah, he is very, very borderline on that offside there, and that's hands in a ruck as well. But
they've probably looked at it and
a dummy coming here for Hutton, I just said.
that was two
there
actually. Yeah,
that's right.
A little bit of a seatbelt tackle there. Play on
All
referee.
offside in this midfield. Yeah, he's called it. Touch judge has called it there. I see him put his hand on his hip, calling that in.
DJ Innes does what he does best.
Forwards get round that corner. There's only one. Go, Connor. Good feet, boy.
Boyle does really well.
It's a seatbelt tackle again. This referee's got it. Now lift it. Go, Crumbs.
Oh, Crumbs does really well.
Offload. Go, Buzzer, finish it. It's another one.
Yeah,
That's a penalty try. That's a penalty try. Has to be a penalty try.
3 back-to-back seatbelt tackles, which are outlawed.
It's the only
this
reason
year.
that stopped. You know, we've scored there, but the conversion could have been in there on the 15 there.
Yeah.
It's the case. The only reason that that's been stopped is by that seatbelt tackle, half a yard from the line.
I think the referee,
has to be a penalty try.
yeah, and the referee's gone over to the captain just to say keep them down, but I don't think that's quite enough actually. Because that's 3. Yeah, Hodges just having a wee word as well.
Yeah, Hodges rightly asking. You know, I'd be doing the very same myself.
Certainly when it's 5 metres out and someone's coming in behind with the seatbelt.
It's the only reason he stopped him for scoring in it is by that
Exactly.
illegal tackle. So I hope Lee doesn't scuff this one, or he's going to take that physio's head clean off. No, he's doing the YMCA now as well.
That'd be quite distracting actually if I was the kicker there. Wonder if you get to take it again if you scalp him.
I hope for your sake he doesn't scalp him in the back of the arse tonight.
That's 5. Who's that? Kirkland. He's getting a bit of treatment. Lee Miller to add the 2. He's gone low again. Oofed. That was a brilliant kick.
Yeah, that's a good kick from Lee there. Bit of experience and actually keeping it low into the wind.
And actually fading it sort of to the right. Don't know the reason for that, but I have seen that with a couple of his kicks. He shapes them nicely.
Yeah, he's a good goal kicker, Lee. He's certainly when I played with him years ago, anything in the halfway line was in his range, and he liked a shot at it.
My apologies to Josh Rowlands, your
We've came back into the game well. We've got our hands on the ball.
Yeah.
We've got through our phases. A great break from Connor Boyle, and we've sort of got over for the thing and maybe got our foot back into the game. So it's a disappointing kick from the
Hawks
young
down. Yeah.
Ross Thompson, is it?
Could be. I've got Brims down.
Is it Brims? Is it Ross Thompson on the bench?
Yeah, Thompson's 20.
They swapped the two of them between each other. So he'll be quite disappointed by that. It gives us a sort of good opportunity for attacking play again.
Yeah, certainly after just scoring as well, to have a scrum right in the halfway. Really strong runners. Innes on the left and then Hutton to the right. You've got Chalmers on the wing. I don't know, does Steely play 11 or 14? Or play?
Pass. What's the difference?
I think they have a preference.
Yeah.
I suppose you could probably play on both, but must be interesting. Certainly if it's Steely, I don't know if he's carrying an injury, but
No, I think
both just putting in good performances.
Yeah, I think it's just a sort of, and there's not much to call between the three of them, so
Yeah, fair enough.
it could be a case of that, one of them plays this week and the next one's involved next week, but that's a two that Stevie's went with.
Yeah, absolutely fair enough. And just going back to the try there, I think, I'm not naming names, but the difference between the previous break where it was a knock on, a similar sort of space, and Connor Boyle actually holding on to it.
Yeah, we just need to go to another phase. We don't have to sort of score after one or two phases. You look at the game last night that was on telly, and I think it was 38, 44 phases roundabout there.
Oh, yeah.
That was before they were scoring. It was absolutely mental. They just held a hold of the ball. They were patient over it, and in the end they got over the try.
Yeah.
So that's maybe what we need to look and do, and as well is just keep a hold of that thing and get to another phase, and we can maybe sneak over there. So just a bit of experience, just having nice cool heads when we get into that red zone, and get that try eventually. You don't have to be scoring early doors.
Yeah, and not always wonder tries as well. Which
No, they all count the same.
Exactly.
I've scored plenty from half a yard, and they all count the same as Josh going 90 metres. So.
Sometimes the half-a-yard ones are more satisfying because
I say I've scored plenty. I've only scored 6 in my career. But
a handful. Fair enough.
They all count the same, this deal.
Absolutely.
The time I'm 50 and 60, they'll have been from 60 metres out. So.
Length of the field.
Yeah. Anybody that's seen me play will know that I've never scored anything outside the 22. Is a long run in from them.
And actually, Stu Borthwick, I don't know what relation that is to you. Yeah, he's when we're talking about weight, he may have mentioned your your current weight.
It'll be all lies. He struggles with numbers, that lad. So I don't know. He'll probably just put 123, did he?
No, 130.
I'm certainly not 130. I'm a wee bit under that. But I'm not going to say how much.
No, that's fair enough. But body shaming.
Yeah, it's not very nice of it.
So Watsonians in the Hawks 22 here. A little bit of ascendancy for
first scrum penalty, I think it was. So
yeah, 2 collapsed.
It's a good opportunity to get a line out drive going here. Oh, gee, the wind took that one.
Yeah.
I hope it did anyway, and it wasn't Crumbs' throw. But that's opportunities we've got to be capitalising on.
Yeah.
The wind did have a massive play in that. It kind of just sort of.
It was coming off of that direction.
Took a right angle. So. But again, we just need to win that and play our way into this game. Just gives them, easy outs. Yeah. Again, we just build a bit of pressure on them with that wind in there. It's going to be they're not going to make massive difference in length of kicks and stuff like that. So if we worst case scenario, unless he's got an absolute monster boot in him, he's not going to be that far outside the 22 when he kicks that. See, that's what I mean. Silly penalties.
Disappointing 2 phases from Watsonians there.
It's just completely released the valve in it. He gets a kick for a touch for free, then he gets a line out. So
yeah,
it's a bit disappointing there. That
it is a safe kick from the Hawks 10.
Again, that penalty's not given. That's where our line out is, and we get to come back and build a bit of pressure on them again. But it being the penalty, they get the line out and an opportunity to go further down the field.
It's time to see how Hawks deal with the wind here. And their throw. It certainly wasn't right down the line for me, and that was not towards the Hawks side. So
the Hawks hooker will be thanking him for that one. A nice easy one to
right to the back.
Right to the tail. I was standing right in line with that, and yes, it was squint, but you can have a bit of feeling for that. The wind.
Yeah, at least our one, we actually tried to go to the front, and it was just maybe the wind.
We'll see what we've got going here. We need to get a proper platform to build off of just now. So been a couple of penalties the last few scrums, so hopefully get that sorted out and paint a different picture for the ref.
One for Watsonians, one for Hawks in terms of penalties.
It's a bit better.
That's good from both teams. That flanker is fully off there.
There's Chubby Chalmers.
Comes in on his blind side. DJ Ennis is a good clear, good quick ball.
Looks hurt. Is he?
Got Josh Roland here. Huge tackle.
This is where we just build a bit of pressure. It's
no frantic.
No, Guthrie held on to that well. It's a good clear by Greg Jackson there. He took him way past the ball.
Yeah, and Guthrie got absolutely smashed by the up row.
Can we have a release there, please? Carry Jack. Nice wide carry from Jack.
Oh, he's been
stripped
ripped.
up.
Barreto with quick ball.
This is on here if they go.
They've made a right mess of it.
It's Scott Peffers, I think that is, a former Hoyt boy.
And then the clearance there. I'm just going to quickly check there. Boris.
Open it.
Guthrie opens it. Chalmers.
Go Chubby.
Does well, gets past the first man. Jackson double tackled and driven back.
We just need to set. Yeah, that's good.
Murray. Scott feeds Miller and then in behind.
Yeah, he just realised that it was a bit slow ball, and the defence was quite fairly well set from Hawks there. They got numbers round the corner, and Lee just sort of kicked it in, and it's, it's pressure back in a line out when this wind's not going to make it a nice easy line out day. So
changed a couple of times already.
Got a bit of pressure on, and see if we can sort of thing up and steal here. He'll go back to the guy with the grey hair. Oh, he's changed it. It's not straight again, that's outside arm.
That was caught firmly on the Hawks side. Referee's playing on, maybe taking the wind into account.
Hit it, Crumbs. Stay there, Greg. Stay there, Greg. That's a maul.
It was messy, but Hawks have slowed it down.
This is one part of rugby that you're watching on the telly, that they're making such a mess of these breakdowns. They're all set like that, and there's boys flying in.
And you've got to try and hold the platform, and
it's not very nice.
No. Guthrie inside.
Get to a wide channel here. I'd like to see that go through the hands there. I think that's a great kick for Josh, though.
Yeah.
Great kick for Josh. Found grass and made touch as well. So
might not have been the right decision, but he's
went through with it and executed it very, very well. So that's all you can ask. He obviously thought it was the right decision at the time, and he's executed it.
Again, a line out in the Hawks half.
I don't know how many times we've said line out already.
I know. I don't know if both teams have looked at that before and thought, with this wind, let's really test them. But they're going for a shortened one, I think. 4 men, 5. Barreto, the 9 in behind.
That's not straight again.
This is the pro. Masaga.
I'll let you try and pronounce it, mate. I've had a shot of it, and I don't know what I sounded like.
It sounded right, so I'll just say that the way you say it. Oh, huge tackle there by Hodgie.
It's 9 dummies, and he box kicks every time. He just sort of bobs his head a bit, which is...
He's actually quite slow, but he is accurate. Remember when he played for Mar for...
Yeah, he certainly did play with Mar last year. I don't know if he's a Mar boy or where he's actually.
Yeah.
But he's... I think he's quite a decent... Sort of just got a bit high at that point.
Watsonians turned over in their own half, trying to run it back. Good tackle from Stanley.
It's a neck roll.
Yeah. Crumbs got thrown out of the ruck there.
I think the start and tight head prop from the Hawks is pulled out in the warm-up.
I heard about that actually, yeah.
So the boy that's his replacement at 3 just now doesn't look like he's used to playing 80 minutes. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah. I can feel for the guy just now, because I've been in that position plenty of times. So he's...
And you were actually talking to Stevie before, just like we don't actually know what happens if...
No, they really should have prop replacements, so I'm not 100% sure what the ruling is on that.
If it's a straight 5-point victory, or...
No, I very much doubt it'll get as easy as that, as much as I'd love to say it.
Yeah. I don't think that's probably happened in the Premiership for a number of years, actually.
No, I don't know. As I say, I don't want to say that they should have maybe brought a sort of replacement prop with him if the guy was struggling, or he's just tweaked in the warm-up and actually it's a genuine just sort of on-the-day tweak. But
well, we've got 3 front row replacements on our bench to give you an idea of, if anything happens, that you're well covered.
Yeah, you've got to. I'm pretty sure you've got to have 2 that can. At least 2 that cover, or maybe 3, I'm not actually too sure on the thing, but we've got Finn, Fraz Rennick and Cammy Fenton. So,
you're well covered there.
Yeah, so we've got 3 there, so I think it must be 3 that you've got to carry. So it'll be interesting to see what happens later on in the scrums. Yeah,
and like we both said, it's not a criticism of Hawks, it's just, probably should have been more prepared.
Yeah, it genuinely could be just an on the day tweak. It's a good kick from the young lad.
Yeah, added the 3.
I think both teams just need to get a tackling down. There's been a lot of seatbelt tackles, and boys just not getting their feet in close enough and getting going and getting square on and making those head-on tackles. We're just kind of letting stuff go by us and getting that thing, and it's an easy penalty for a referee to give now.
It could be, I'm not sure, but it could be everyone's maybe a little bit rusty.
Possibly.
You don't forget how to tackle, but if someone's
no.
getting past you, it's very easy to go a little bit. a little bit high.
You know, you can do all the training. Although we had a run around last week against Heriots, just on a friendly. You know, it's unbelievable how quickly, you know, your game thing goes. You know, you can do all the training you want, but that actual game fitness
practice,
it falls away for you. Good break, Gus.
Guthrie's done really well here.
Yeah, now we get to a wide edge. That's a penalty straight off his feet, man. Somebody clatter him.
I think the linesman is actually indicating that he saw something, but play on. Oft.
It's a big carry for Crumbs.
He always goes particularly high in his carry.
Yeah, we just need to get our height down at those breakdowns. You know, that's 2 or 3 times we've been counter-rucked.
Yeah.
And that's all it's coming for is they're just getting underneath us and coming in. But the referee feels that wasn't
probably just
within the laws.
Looking at a sort of carryover from the first one. It's pretty stupid to make 2 back-to-back ruck mistakes because the referee's going to ping one of them.
Yeah,
you know.
definitely. You know, our referee likes to blow his whistle.
So this should be an interesting line out. It's just at the end of the stand, which means that there's a bit of wind coming through. Ross Graham. Straight to McKill. Really solid.
Yeah, it's good counter ruck from counter maul from Hawks there though, but we've got her going, we've got her length taken. We're starting to go. There's a side there on that far side. Keep going.
Some good movement here.
Taking it. 11's taking that down. 11's taking that down every day of the week. It has to be.
Oh, Hodgie does really well. He's about 3 inches from going into touch.
Lift that while they're all off the pitch.
I think that might have been Fido trying to get over trademark style.
Yeah, if we just build a bit of pressure here, this is where we don't panic and as Crumbs has scored there. No, he's held up short. Good tackle.
Incredible tackle.
Yeah, if we can get organised here and
Stanley looks like he's
there
over.
Go. Jack Stanley scores. Good try. There's a bit of patience there, so yeah, we built that well.
Yeah, it's good to see the forwards working really well together.
Yeah, this rate I'll maybe not have to come back.
Right, to be fair, they did look really solid there. Didn't panic. They were very nearly driven into touch. Murray Scott did really well to calm the pack. Hodgie came back in. 3 phases and Stanley's over.
Yeah, boys look like they're taking a bit of oxygen in just now. It's obviously this Christmas break, you know, it's as I've said, it's when you're not getting games every week, it does drop away.
Yeah.
So you know, get the cobwebs blown out today. Hopefully come off on the right end of the result and look on to next week.
I'll just check on that scoreline soon. That is the Heriots Curry game at Curry. Quite a crucial one because that's 3rd and 4th. And obviously if we want to get up into the playoff positions, that's Watsonians. We need one of them to either do quite well and the others not. Draw would be the worst. Miller,
good kick from Lee.
Low and bent again, really good. 2 added on, 17-10.
Obviously the work I've been doing with Lee over the Christmas break with his goal kicking's been paying off.
Absolutely. He looks unmissable at the moment.
They're not a massive side, Hawks. You know, they're not a lot of huge lads, but a lot of young lads that are certainly from the first sort of 20 minutes that we've seen of this game. They certainly look a lot better team than what they did.
Oh, absolutely.
Side,
the start of the season,
than what they did. Yeah.
You'd have thought this would be an easy game, but they are looking well drilled.
I think every Premiership team on their day can beat anyone, you know, and that's one thing you take from playing rugby for a long time. You can't underestimate anybody. You know, it's like going down to Mansfield, the last game we were commentating on.
Absolutely.
You go down there and we come away with a 1 point win.
I nearly lost it.
And quite possibly could have lost the game. You know, it's a case of you can't underestimate anybody, or it comes away and you're not on the right end of the results. again, there's no way in at all that this week that we've been speaking about underestimating Hawks, because as I say, they look a far better side than what they did up in Glasgow at the start of the season. And you know, they could quite easily go on and win this game. So we just need to get a hold of it and try and get some more points on this board and get ourselves clear.
I think also with Hawks, the fact that they're essentially only really playing for pride for the rest of the season. You know, they've not got the Super Six, which they were very unhappy about, and then, you know, they're sort of in the middle of the league. They can't really win or be relegated.
Well, they don't. I think Aki's are fairly well down, but
with 4 points for their whole season.
Yeah. It just shows you the gulf that's in that Prem 1, Prem 2. It's you know, there's a massive gulf.
Yeah.
You know, and teams that come up from that second division, they really struggle, and it's as simple as that. There's the physicality of it and stuff like that is huge.
Yeah.
You know, there's big differences. You know, there's a lot of those boys out there that are training every day, and you know, obviously second division, it doesn't work that way. So.
It's a good point, actually. Just looking at the result last week, Boroughmuir versus Accies, they got, I think, a 70-point thumping.
Yeah, I think Boroughmuir looking on paper, that'll be the strongest team Boroughmuir's had out all season.
Yeah, with Laidlaw back.
You know, Laids will be back at 10, and he controls things. He's a very good rugby player, and I think that's what they've been missing, just a bit of direction from 10. Because they've got the strike power out wide with Jordan and the Gosman boys. So, you know, they can score points from anywhere. So I think they'll surprise a lot of teams that they run into the end of the year, and they could take a few points away. Yeah.
I'm not too sure who they've got, but it'd be handy if they've
got Ayr this week. They've got Ayr this week down down at Millbrae.
Yeah. I think that would be a good one for Boroughmuir to come onto a game for us. Well, I mean, Ayr probably outside the.
Yeah, I think I don't pay a lot of attention to the leagues. If you win every game, then you'll be up there. So, but no, getting back to this, we're certainly making it hard for ourselves. But it's Glasgow Hawks are playing some good rugby. They're holding a hold of the ball and putting us definitely under a lot of pressure. And again, teams go under pressure, they give penalties away, and that's what he's got. An easy opportunity to kick another 3 points here. So. You know, Nars at 17-13 when he kicks this. So, with them going into the wind as well, we just need to get our finger out of it.
Yeah. And he does add the 3.
Kicked it.
3-17-13. Just coming up to the end of the half, probably another 5 minutes.
I just need to wake up a bit. We've not had a lot of the ball, but when we have, we've looked dangerous and we've built through the phases. But we're giving away silly penalties in areas that are very kickable, and the young lads taking his opportunities and keeping them in the game.
Yeah.
Again, they're on here.
That was a really quick ball. They've gone left. DeGenis tackles well. Barretto.
Some line speed up here, and let's get these chop tackles in. They're just getting their head through that line. You know, they're not making massive yards, but if we can stop that on the gain line, then you kick loosely to a back 3 with Chubby, Josh, and Lee there. You know.
And Guthrie's now come back as well.
Put the hammer down.
Guthrie with a good line. You can see why he's been selected now.
Yeah, it's intelligent running there from Gus. He's seen that there was shutting down the space in that wide channel, and he just came in that cut to get him back away for that touchline. A great carry for Jack Stanley.
Not held, so he crawls a little bit. Murray Scott goes left.
Carry here, Greg.
That was Greg Jackson.
Oh, they're slowing that ball down.
Hawks were panicking a little bit, tried to slow the ruck down. Hodgie makes the gain line. Scott goes right. DeGenis straightens up.
Josh into wide spaces again. Chubby, great cut again. Here, hands free Chubby.
Decides not to give it.
He's off his feet, you can't touch that now.
Scott.
Just a settler carry there for Charlie.
Tackled well.
See, we build phases. You know, it's a case that we look dangerous, and oh, there's a yellow card.
Yeah. referee's tired of it.
Yeah, I think so. I think they've maybe been lying in it to break down a wee bit.
Certainly seen some hands in as well, so the referee's had enough.
I don't think he thinks he's been yellow carded. He's playing on, I think.
He's high-fiving people.
Don't know where he's going. You're going to get a fright if he just doesn't go off the pitch and he stands in the way. I think the touch judge is caught on them now, what he's up to.
Doesn't have a word with Cammy Fenton.
I don't know what he's up to. He's went a long way for a shortcut.
Watsonians taking the line out, 5 metres out.
It's a good line out. It's a good setup as well. We've got good length to it. I'd be surprised if this is stopped.
Yeah. Roland runs in and they're over.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very good setup from Watsonians' line out drive there. You know, we got in nice and early and got into our positions, and we got length to drive that you'll hear me harping on about all the time. Once that's stopped and you get them all set up properly, they're, you know, unless they're stopped initially, they're very, very hard things to stop.
Absolutely.
So now it's good, build a bit of pressure, and you know, we score points. So.
That's Stanley with the second. Unsure if he scored a hat-trick before, but he's made a good start at the first half. 22-13, possibility of Miller adding on an extra 2.
I was going to say, he's not had easy ones today, Lee. He's been put out to the touch lines and in the 15. So.
This is probably his closest one so far. Unsure of the shape, that he'll certainly go low again, but usually starts straight and bends right. I don't really mind as long as it goes over. He's taking his time, using up his full 60 seconds.
He's pushed that one, I think.
Yeah, pushed it left. So it remains 22-13.
Yeah, I think we just need to sort of, you know, catch kick-off and play our way out. You know, the last couple of times we've scored points, we've never got our foot back into the game and actually built from that. We've kind of given away a silly penalty or something and put the pressure back onto us. So,
yeah.
Just do a clean catch here, then a couple of phases and clear our lines, you know, and just play in the right areas of the pitch. So.
Yeah, and it's not long until the second half. Till half time. So
these people walking around in shorts, they're absolutely
they're
mad.
Yeah, I know. I know it's Chunter's sort of trademark, but
if you had calves like that, would you really wear shorts all the time?
Well, the guy never wear shorts.
Nah.
Get out of bed with long johns on, keep them on. Got Stevie Laurie, Richard Snedden.
He's got his wife's ankle socks on, I think.
Gym socks.
Yeah.
We're just talking about.
That's a different one.
Accidental offside for the Hawks boy, but he didn't expect a torpedo to come straight at him.
Yeah.
I've not seen that before. It's quite funny.
It's not funny when it hits you in the face, I'll tell you.
See 4 different things for a long time after that. So this gives Watsonians an easy opportunity actually. For a bit of ball in hand. You've got Chalmers directly behind.
Yeah, again, we just need to sort of scrum, you know, get a good platform, try and get your Stevie shout and double shove, you know, keep our height in that front row and try and get through them. So
that's exactly
like
what
that. Just keep the height down and keep it on, and you know, it's easy penalties. There we go.
It's interesting to see the referee give it straight away.
Yeah, he was quite quick on his whistle there.
Sometimes they reset and give them a bit longer, but
it's penalties going the right way, so
never hear you complain at that.
No. And the referee and assessors are just a few metres from me, so I can't say too much.
It's a good kick from Miller there, right on the 22, inside the Hawks half. Probably too far out to try that maul again, so probably see a backs move here.
Two's boys just back across, so not sure what the result was over watching the first sort of half an hour of the game. So there's some real good young players coming through over there. You know, it's boys that you don't get a chance to see, you know, play a lot. You train with them. How can he do that? Gee whiz. How the hell did he get away with that?
I don't know. Crumbs doesn't care, he's gone on. Miller. Oh, the classic move.
Go, Chubby boy, go.
Probably in here.
Go, Chubby.
Oh. Within a metre, Roland decides to go. Very well held up.
Just patience here. Again, we can just build it.
Where's Stanley? See if he can get his third. It's just at the base now. Hawks down to 14, might make the difference.
Carry Charlie. Yeah, he's got a good latch there. DJ coming in.
There's numbers out there.
Score here, I think. Go, Josh.
And a high tackle for it.
Yeah, Hodges down here on this side, which is quite worrying.
Getting a bit of treatment. There's no replacement second rows. We thought move people around, obviously, but
I think he got tangled in the tackle a wee bit. He sort of, when he got tackled, his leg kind of went underneath him. So, or is it?
Should be an HIA.
Not wrong with him.
Doing a little bit of chatting.
I see him smiling and he's chatting Karina up, I think. This is not the time to be gazing into her eyes. Time and a place for all that. Carry on, Steve.
Absolutely. Karina's decided that's enough. But Karina's just triple checking that he is actually fine.
Making sure he can count to 5, I think. See her fingers up.
I don't think she's sure, actually. She's just asking.
I think it could be a head knock.
Yeah. Because if he did get tangled, he might have just got a wee knock to it. It's coming off. In that period, Miller knocks over a really good kick.
Yeah, I think that's all it is a head thing. He seems to be walking all right, so
yeah.
I was worried about his lower limb, but seems to be okay. So hopefully it's just a head check, and he'll be back out in a wee while.
Yeah.
Cammy Fenton's going to come on now, which I think Crumbs will go into the back row. Jimmy Miller will go into the second row. So
yeah.
Jimmy will be chuffed to bits about that.
I was just going to say it's pretty brutal getting asked to go into the row.
It's maybe not a head knock he's going down for, is it?
It looked very much like it, because
it's just I thought he'd have been away in by now, but
kept getting asked the same question.
Yeah, I think he's getting sent in now.
Who actually does the test for us?
It'll be the doc.
Right.
The doc. It's what is 5 plus 5?
You're good, back on.
Yeah. No, I think nowadays they're very, very strict on these things.
Yeah.
Back when I first started at 17-year-old, if you could stand up and walk in a straight line, that was you back in the field. But certainly things has moved forward
absolutely.
massively with this sort of thing. You know, player safety is the main thing nowadays, and
certainly with head knocks.
Oh, Charlie! Oh, gee whiz! Go boy!
Chalmers has done really well there.
Looks like he's been doing a bit of Christmas bulking. Chubby, he's looking fairly good nick.
And I think that's half time.
Half time, yep.
Got a little bit of handbags, but it's all fun and games. So score 29-13. Jack Stanley with 2. Roland with a couple, I think, as well. And we'll take a little bit of a break, and we'll be back for the second half. Right, we're back here. Sorry about the slow start. Stevie Laurie decided to have a little chat with me before.
Yeah, I think if it was a head knock that Hodgie, head knock that Hodgie was off for, he's certainly not returning because he's got his tracksuit top back on.
Cammy Fenton,
he has stayed on.
Yep.
So I think the shuffle that I said before half time is what went into place. We'll find out just now. So lineouts are on to Charlie McKill. He'll be calling them, so he'll be absolutely hating this.
Yeah, everyone's looking to him for.
He's going, leave me alone, leave me alone.
And also you've got a sub hooker on who's normally
yeah, Crumb's as thick as mint, so there's a reason why he throws it in and doesn't actually. He just knows where
ask
it's
for
going.
the call. Yeah.
Good start again. They've done a decent job of sort of spoiling that.
Yeah.
Muzz has got it away well, so Chubby's looking dangerous in there, isn't he?
Yeah,
he's looking for a lot of work, Chubby, and
he's giving quick ball as well.
I love seeing him with ball in hand. He's so. Round the corner well, so Muzza could have been away still. There he threw the dummy and he was in, but that's off his feet, ref. Sure he was. You are joking me. You are joking me.
Did not see that coming.
No, it's a funny penalty. I don't think he's holding his body weight when his shoulders are on the ground, but Stevie's got a closer referee call in it than what I have to trust him.
Hawks with an easy clearance, which after 10 good phases is a shame for Watsonians, but sometimes it goes like that. Hopefully not too often. So it's 29-13. Start of the second half. We were just looking at some of the results at half time there, both. So it's 10-5 to Heriots over Curry.
Yeah, I think that's Currier obviously if I'm not going out, free play. If it stays like that, then you know, whatever happens here, I don't want to sort of guess at what's going on, you know, and disrespect Hawks in any way, because by no matter of means, you know, they're out this game whatsoever. Yeah, true. So, you know, if it stays like that and we go on to win this, then I think we'll go above that's Curry right, by a point, I think it is. Yeah. So, but as I say, this is the one we're concentrating on just now. I'm not disrespecting anybody. It's
absolutely fair enough.
We'll see. What's going on at the scrum time?
The scrum looked absolutely fine to me, but it's come up.
And I think our pep talk about Ackies, they got their good win down in Hawick.
Which is, I didn't really see that coming, to be honest.
They must played well and played dirty, as Mr. Reardon said. Which was a comment on the offside line that you're telling me about.
Yeah, it's quite an interesting comment. Most
everybody thinks it, but not many people say it. So
certainly not the coach.
Go free play.
Scrum was messy.
Go, Joshy boy. Go, boy.
Josh does well.
Inside. Go, finish it. Good gas, boy.
Really good try from Roland there. Got a bit of a showboat of a celebration, but that's fine.
Yeah, he likes a showboat, Josh. I've never seen a man take his top off as much in my life. But no, it's a great individual try. The penalty was coming, and you know, me being the cynic, I would have kept it in and got the penalty, but Muzza's, you know, he's went with it, seen the opportunity, flicked it to Josh there, and he's, you know, some individual brilliance, as I say, and he's running under the post. So,
yeah, some really good footwork.
Is that the 4th try, or have we already got the 4th try?
I think we've already got the 4th, so...
No, just win the game now. You know, Hawks are bringing on some subs, so they'll be looking to freshen things up and try and change the tide of this game, but we just need to keep playing, getting through the phases, and when you've got boys like Josh and Chubby looking very, very dangerous with ball in hand, the opportunities are going to come.
Yeah, exactly. 4th.
Has been converted by 10 lead winners, so takes the score to Watsonians 36, Glasgow Hawks 13.
Hawks to restart. It's a good kick from the 10. Chalmers takes it well. Doesn't shy away from the tackle there.
Get nice and wide here, Crumbs.
Yeah.
Now we're on here in a wide channel if we go. I'd like to see that go, but
yeah, I think I could hear Stevie wanting that as well.
Yeah, Muzza's organising it well. I'd like to see one more get over and defend this in the 15. But got a good line set, so
Unsure if that went straight in or
think it came off Chubby's hand, I
right.
think, didn't it?
Knock on, it's going to be a scrum. Or did they get the option if it's knocked on into touch? No, it's going to be a scrum.
Pass. Should really know that rule, but
Just the way the referee was setting up there. I'll quickly go through the teams because this scrum will take a while. So we've got Watsonians, Jackson, Graham, Stanley. Hodgson started, but we think he might have had a head knock or some sort of injury, so he's gone off. McKill at 5, Miller, Boyle and Fido. Then you've got Murray, Scott, Lee Miller, Guthrie, Innes, Hutton, Chalmers and Rowland. And then there's a bit of a change that we can now see that Ross Graham has gone to blindside.
yeah, it's just what I'd said before half time. Jimmy's into the middle row.
Yeah, with McKill.
Crumbs is into the back row, so you know, you don't lose anything. Crumbs is, to be honest, in a good way, Crumbs look like he's bulked up over Christmas time.
Yeah.
You know, so he's looking like he's carrying the weight well. He'll probably tell me on Tuesday night that he's up to about 70 kegs or something like that. But
Soaking wet.
Oh man,
Huge scrum.
that's not the penalty that I've seen there, but
And actually, after I said that, I can't believe that the way the hand was up there, it's gone to
yeah, it's
Hawks.
yeah, I'm not sure his thinking process on there, but
The moment the ball went in, Watsonians just drove it back. Hawks popped up, went their way, so we'll just move on, and then it's a line out now. Hawks ball inside the Watsonians half.
when we actually get a scrum set, we're scrumming very well, we're keeping our height well, and we're getting that double shove, which is massive. You know, we've been bad in previous games for lifting our height and not actually staying down. Get up, Jimmy, good steal, buddy.
Miller looked like it was going to him every day of the week there.
Box kick off of the 15, Miller. Stevie's voice seems to get higher every time he shouts something, doesn't he?
He must go back home completely voiceless. He does
This is on wide channels now here.
Yeah, Miller knows it.
Yeah.
Bit of space for Rowland.
Stay away from that touchline, Gus. He's done well, he's found ground. And we can get to another phase. Great carry for
Crumbs really did really well there.
It's a necro, that could be dangerous. Referee's not spotted it though.
Jack Stanley with a mistake.
Jack was telling me before the game as well that he used to be a bit of a ball player as well, so he'll be disappointed in that one.
Yeah, he didn't make the best thing there.
Got a bit of white line fever, he's seen the gap and thought I'd fancy running it in for there. So
yeah, he just sort of chucked a hand up at
threw it to the ground there.
Yeah.
He'll get the opportunity to put the Hawks scrum under pressure here and try and get us that penalty and get the ball back. So.
Well, if it's anything like the last one, I think you're absolutely spot on, Borth, because The moment the ball was in, it was going backwards for Hawks.
I think if it carries on this way, I think Finn Gillis will be down there thinking, I've not got a prop on the bench, so
I'm in a bit of bother.
I could be going uncontested, so we'll wait and see. It's good pressure away, it's forward in the tackle, so it should be play on. Let's hold him up then.
Fido tries to hold up the ball player. Barreto runs it through. No 9.
That's good line speed for Cavi Fenton. He's taking him up well there. Oh, that's good hands. Great hands.
Hutton smothers him. Avoid the pass getting out. Penalty Hawks.
That's silly penalties. Silly penalties. They're going nowhere in that sort of area. You know, Hutton will be disappointed by that.
Yeah.
It's, again, these are the easy penalties that the referees love to give and always will give. So it's not a 50-50, it's a straight penalty. So.
All they need to see is someone doing something slightly wrong in that area and you're pinged. So Hutton at fault there, but
it's not an easy one to actually get out of. You know, you get trapped in, and I've been caught in it plenty of times before. You know, there's boys pulling you in, and you're trying to get out and roll. And, you know, but it's just the way it is. It's Crumbs is off.
Yeah, just off. And
Craig Jackson's off as well. So go Connor.
Boyle does really well.
Now play edges. Edge.
Fenton makes a bit of ground. Miller does well with a bad pass.
Great pass for Lee.
Hutton double tackled.
I'd like to see that go through another set of hands there again.
Murray Scott does enough. Fido did enough.
Yeah, good feet for Feeds again. He stayed sort of big until he got boys with him. But you know, the Hawks line press has been very good. So they've put us under pressure, and we just need to, you know, play out the back and get to a wider edge, because that's where we've looked dangerous. Good decision for Lee there. Again, that's where we just hold it.
Perhaps the wrong decision from Stanley.
Yeah, we just, again, that's just a bit of inexperience for Jack. We just get to another pass and another phase of play, and we can build off of that. You know, you can't build phases when you're throwing that 50-50.
Totally.
You know, I can understand that it's 36-13 and there's opportunity to play, but
something Stevie's always been quite strong on is never giving a ridiculous pass.
It's a case of, you know, not to have any disrespect against Hawks here, but we're going to come in to the tail end of the season, and you know, we've still got Ayr to play and Curry obviously to play next week, and you know, when games are tight, you need to get yourself turn into a robot, and you build your phases and when it's on to play, you play, and when it's not, you hold it and go to another phase. So, you know, against these better teams that the score's going to be tight, it's a case of that, you know, you have to sort of take every opportunity, and I don't mean this in any disrespect to Hawks at all, but you know, you're going to come against better opposition, and getting in at top 4 and top 4 places, and you know, we can't be doing that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But as I say, that's just the ambition to play as well. You know, these youngsters, you know, they want to play, whether it's under their own goal line or, you know, that's coming from a tight head prop.
Yeah, looking for outside shoulder sort of passes.
He's probably not got an old cynic on the pitch like me screaming at him saying, bloody hold it.
Don't throw it, but if he'd given it and it had gone to someone, it'd be a different situation. But yeah, you're right. I think
you play the percentages. When it's on, and you just have to realise when it is and when it isn't. And you know, that's something that comes with age and playing rugby. You know, you realise your opportunities. And
yeah, absolutely. Second injury for Hawks here.
Yeah, here's your injury, your prop. So again, I don't want to be a cynic, but has he been told to do that?
Yeah. With the scrums
going
as
backwards,
messy as they are.
I don't know if they've got a sub thing, or that goes to uncontested now. So nice.
We'll soon see.
We'll see just now. Stay high. Now flood through.
This is the Kiwi cap.
No penalties here. No penalties here.
Didn't really hold their feet. very clear to the referee there that 3 Watsonians players decided to go off their feet, and it was pretty easy to not make a mistake like that. Anyway, we've seen that quite a lot, that Hawks kick penalty.
All the pressure's on them there, you know. I'm sounding negative as well, but you know, this is stuff that we'll look at during the week, and I'm sounding real negative there, but it's a case of we've got them on the back foot, the pass hasn't went to hand, we've flooded through in them, we've made the tackle, we've done all the hard work, they're going nowhere, we give the referee a really easy decision, and he penalises us. So it goes for us having them on thing to them being in an attacking position that they can possibly, you know, put us under pressure ourselves.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just.
And as we said a couple of times, it's no disrespect to Hawks, but if these mistakes are happening with Curry or Herriot,
yeah, we get punished for them.
You're 5 and 7 points down.
Yeah,
so
completely agree, Steve.
It needs to
completely
be.
Agree, mate.
And it's certainly ones where it's as obvious as that, where the fullback's gone back to get a pass, a loose pass, and you throw yourself onto the floor in front of the referee. It's never going to be easy, but
there's only one way it's going.
Absolutely. I'll quickly run through the Hawks team. Strain, Fraser, Skinner, Hasty, Kirkland, Thompson, Smith and Flockart, the pro. At 8, this is the starting team, unsure of it now. Barreto, Brims, McCready, blindside winger Harrison, New, Masaga and Cooper. Although I don't think that is Cooper who's started. Anyway, that was the starting Hawks team.
It's opportunity here again.
Yeah, rolling with a bit of space, gives it to Guthrie. Guthrie makes a bit of a mistake of it. Hawks decide to run it. Another loose pass.
I think the last 5 minutes have went real scrappy. I think Feeds is getting a bit of a talking to for commentating in the referee's ear, I think.
Yeah, he's probably just getting as frustrated as you are, Borth. Just that.
Yeah.
Not been any sort of structure to the second half.
No, I don't think there's been a hellish lot of structure right through the game. It's been a case of there have been mistakes from both sides, but you know, I'll be sympathetic, and you know, a month off, nothing clicks back in, nothing clicks back into place. You know, straight there and then. So, you know, both teams will be saying the same, that you know, a bit rusty and stuff. So.
Yeah, that is absolutely fair enough. You'd actually almost be more worried if you came into the start of the season absolutely firing on all cylinders, everything's going to hand.
Yeah, doesn't happen.
It could all come crumbling down pretty quickly.
It doesn't happen. It's a long season, and you know, with these playoffs the way that they are, all you got to do is get into that top 4, and then from there on, it's a case of, you know, knockout rugby. So you don't win the league in the first game of the season. So. It's a good tackle by Lee. Yeah,
I was just going to say that. Really good straight running from the pro. Connor Boyle wants to make up a bit of a ground. DJ Ennis does well. System, Barreto. That was good from Hawks. Line break here to the winger. Chalmers with the attempt at the tap tackle. Hawks score.
Yeah, it's a good score by Hawks. Defensively, I think we'll have something to say there when we watch that back. We got ourselves into a bit of a tangle and didn't go through our systems very well there. But
it looked very easy.
Yeah, that's all I'm really going to say about that just now.
That's fair enough.
I'll say more on Tuesday when we're in a changing room.
With no microphones near it. I think the Hawks, I could say they kind of deserved that. They have played pretty well all game, working situations like that.
Yeah, as I say, they're not a bad side in any matter of means, you know, that they've just sort of, you know, with injuries or young lads that are coming in that are finding their feet in Prem 1, you know, it's not an easy sort of league to blood youngsters that are coming through, and Finn, the Hawks coach, will know all about that. Yeah. It's a case of, you know, these young lads have had to learn very, very quickly. Learn very, very quickly, so it's a baptism of fire for the young lads, but certainly from watching them up there and watching them here, they're by far
punching above their weight.
Yeah, definitely.
A couple of subs here. We've got
I think Hutton and Lee's off.
Fox has come on at 10, I think.
I think there'll be the two of them again, it'll be a case of that they'll be looked in on Tuesday against that try there. So.
Yeah. And Steele is on.
Boys of those experience. We just need to get ourselves together just now. We're just. I don't want to say what I really want to say, but
that's probably for the best. But
yeah, I think we just need to give ourselves a shake and actually wake up a bit and have a bit of respect for what Hawks are actually bringing to the table, because you know they get another try.
Yeah, it's a different game.
You know, and it brings them back into play. So you just need to wake up a bit.
I've seen more handling errors this game than I have most of the season, to be honest, for Watsonians.
Yeah.
Knock-ons in the tackle, you know.
I'll change the mood. I'll tell a funny story about Foxy. Foxy, they were at Heriots at a pre-season, like a sort of mid-season friendly with the Christmas break.
This last week.
It was last week, Steve, and Foxy wasn't named in the team. And instead I'm actually saying, right, Stevie, why am I not involved? He just didn't say anything, so he'd just been forgotten about in the team sheet, because it was just a squad they put through. So Stevie phoned him about half an hour from kickoff and says, Foxy, where are you? And he says, I'm at the top of our first seat. So Foxy had to run down Arthur's seat, go back to his flat and get his kit, and he came and played.
Unbelievable.
Anybody that knows Foxy knows that is Foxy to a T. So he was at the top of Arthur's seat when he got the phone call. So.
If he was anywhere else, if he was just sat at his flat playing PlayStation or something, you'd be all right. But
had to come all the way down Arthur's seat.
He must have done it at some pace as well. Full sprint. This is strong from Hawks.
Yeah, Hawks are getting their tails up just now. They're sensing a bit of sort of opportunity. What's that sore one on the prop there? Oh Jesus, that didn't look good.
No, and he is down.
Didn't look good at all.
It was a double tackle and he was pinned.
Oh, he's harder than me. He's getting back up.
Oofed.
Oh, she was.
I don't even think a magic sponge will fix that.
No, I looked as sore.
Oh, he's running a dummy line as well. Take my hat off to him. He's joined the ruck as well. Barretto. Good line from the Hawks boy.
Yeah, we're sitting back in our heels. That's a bit
Fido
of
tried to lead
them
there,
up. You know, it's a bit more sort of proactive, but we're just not staying connected in that defensive line.
Fido's trying to drag them up, but
it's an offside as well. So they've got free play. If they go right, they're on here.
Held up.
It's held up.
It's free ball with a couple of players down.
It's another one of our boys, isn't it?
Everyone's backing up as well, so it could
Doesn't it look too well either, does it?
No, that could be a bad one actually. I'll just move the camera off of that there. Unsure who that is. It could either be Fido or Chalmers.
No, the way that the boys are grabbing hold of each other's jerseys, they realise it's going to be out for a while, I think.
Yeah.
So.
And the number one who for Hawks, who was almost looked in a similar sort of position, Strain, he's receiving a bit of treatment.
I'm not sure it is. Jimmy Miller, is it?
I just can't work it out.
I just don't see his head cap in that actual.
Yeah, I think it is. Jimmy Miller is down at the moment.
Jimmy's a tough lad as well. He wouldn't stay down for the sake of staying down. So, no, the fact that there's air and a leg brace coming on, it doesn't look too.
Yeah. And there's certainly a sub going to be coming back on, Crumbs, once Jimmy Miller's been taken safely off. The doctor's over there as well, I think.
Yeah, Doc's on, and it's.
Could have just been trapped in one of those tackles again.
Yeah, I think we've obviously been held up over the line, and boys just sort of throwing themselves in anywhere to stop that try being scored, and it's easy enough done. So.
And I know the Miller family are always watching, so.
Yeah, hopefully he's all right, the lad.
Yeah, we'll soon see. And
I don't know what to see anybody get injured.
Yeah, absolutely agree. And like you said, it'll take a lot to keep
Yeah, Jimmy's a hard lad. He's a Safa that enjoys all this sort of rough and tumble as well. So
Yeah.
I think the way Chance is coming back across, he's getting the stretcher. So he's on crutches, so that's a positive sign.
Hopefully be able to walk off and then get that seen too. Yeah, I actually read the article that Gary Heatley wrote on James Miller during the week. That was interesting to see. Stellenbosch, I spent a year down in South Africa, so I know it all pretty well. I was more over to Cape Town, Wynberg boys.
Yeah, it can't be a break if he's
going to be hobbling off.
Well, not an initial sort of look at it and it being a break, so he's sat up now, so it's a good thing.
He's refused the oxygen as well.
Yeah, the man after my own heart.
I think this will probably be up.
So no, hopefully it's just precaution and they're going through with the protocol, so he's in good hands there just now, and he's getting looked after by the best, Doc and Karina.
Yeah, Leslie Miller is actually just asking that there, so we will keep you updated when we see.
Chance as well doing his fitness. He was having a run around on Tuesday night when I was down, and he lasted about, I don't know, God's honest truth, about 7 minutes, and he came off and his specs were steamed up, and he was the stretcher's going on now, so maybe decided against
walking it off. Yeah, the doctor might have just overruled it and said.
It's given both teams, that is an opportunity for Watsonians to actually get their head out their backside and actually get their salary sort of got together again, because Hawks are in the ascendancy massively there. So
yeah, absolutely. And Hawks could have easily just got another 2 tries there, and that'd have been a completely different
definitely
game.
It's they get another one and their tails go up again, and with this thing it's the clock stopped and there's still a long time to go. It's not as if there's 2 minutes left and 16 points in front. So, no, again, it's no.
So we'll need some volunteers to take the stretcher off.
Yeah, he's strapped on there now, so
his leg is securely in the brace now.
You're lying there and it's fairly cold as well. You get cold real quick.
Very quickly. Yeah, get some.
No, it's no ideal for Jimmy. I'm hoping it is Jimmy after we've said it just
I'm
now.
scared his family to death. Yeah, no.
Well, I don't hope it's anybody, but again,
no, that's true.
It's no matter what it is, he's a young lad, he's got plenty of time in his things. You don't like to see anybody get injured, but he's got time on his side, and he's only 21-year-old, so he's fingers crossed it's nothing too serious and we can see him back very, very shortly. But again, it's, as I say, when you're 21, you've got plenty of time. He'll think it's his end of the world just now, but
yeah, he's got a bit of a smile on his face.
Yeah. Again, hopefully it's just a precaution thing that he's on that, and yeah, he's given us a wave just now, and
and it was James Miller, so hopefully there's Sneds with his scrum hat. Hopefully it's not as bad as feared.
No, similar to the one that Sneds used to wear.
Yes, it's trademark for a number 9. So 36-20, enforced change for Watsonians. James Miller off, and
we're getting a bit of a reshuffle in that pack now.
Again, Ross Graham's on again.
3 hookers on the park now.
Oh, Ewan Fox would not like that running at him. Does well.
It's a good line speed there, though. Staying high on that inside.
Yeah, that's the coach's call as well, Borth. Just
good tackle fence.
Starting to see some better shape in defence here for Watsonians.
Yeah, I think we've just woken up a bit. You know, we've not executed that double tackle that we train to do. You know, with silly offside penalties.
Unsure who that was, but there is an unbelievable offload. Yeah, all credit to Hawks.
Yeah, this game's not finished yet. Yeah,
if you add on the 2, that's under a 10-point game. Hawks
we just need to get our sort of foot back into this and get our hold of the ball for a while. We've kind of got a bit loose and we've tried to sort of maybe disrespect the Hawks a bit, and as I've spoke about all afternoon, that you know they're a good side and they look like they've came a long way.
Yeah.
So we just need to get back into our systems and actually, you know, get a foothold in the game and ride it out. You know, keep our hands on the ball and build a bit of pressure. Then we can get ourselves up the park and hopefully into point scoring opportunities. But it's easier said than done.
Yeah. Sometimes it almost feels like they're playing with 16 and you're playing with 14.
Yeah.
And this 2 points could be actually quite crucial for the Hawks kicker.
He's struck it well enough.
It's in
He
there.
kicked it, I think.
Yeah, he's done it. He's almost kicking better than Lee Miller, which is saying something.
Yeah, I think just looking at Watsonians' body language, I don't know if it's they're just using their head and walking up to this, or you know, I just like to see it a bit more upbeat. You know, we're still in the lead just now. But
yeah, over a try ahead.
Just need to get a hold of the game, and that's where you look to your 9 and your 10 just to get a bit of a foothold in it and play in the right areas of the park. But he's kicked it straight out in the full.
That is not what you want to do when you're trying to get back into the game and you've kicked it long. It's going to be a scrum Hawks ball. Stevie's trying to get messages on.
Yeah, we've got two hookers at back row. You know, Fraser Rennick at 7, who'll be loving that.
Yeah.
wide open space, middle of the park. You know, that is
terrifying.
That is a hooker's worst nightmare.
Yeah.
So Crumbs I think Crumbs maybe should be on the other side and put Fraser on the blind side. But
it actually looks like it's Boyle is on that open side, so that's a little bit better.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, and Rennick's in the row.
Oh, gee whiz, I'll be loving that. Give him a bit of jip about that on Tuesday when we're coming up.
And the scrum does look like it's jerking all over the place.
It's got to just stay locked out. Yeah.
Hawks go right, full squad right. This could be, Ian Fox decides to push him into touch, which is the correct decision. That was the pro, New Zealand pro.
He's looked dangerous with ball in hand. You know, you take it for granted that the standard that he's actually played. He's an All Black playing out there in club rugby. So if he
10-year professional.
Yeah,
so
if he wasn't standing out and showing a bit of class, you'd be quite worried for him.
Absolutely.
But he's certainly looked dangerous.
And he looked very dangerous there. That's Cammy Fenton thrown in.
It's a good line out.
Dead straight.
It's a good line out.
Straight into a maul situation.
Okay, this is what we need, just to get our hands on the ball for a wee while and you know, play in the right areas. Again, it's to get round the corner now.
Steele holds on to it well. Quick ball, Fox.
Just carry Gus. Good. Good up, Jack. Good double movement. Well done.
You've got Murray Scott quick. Fox.
Just get to an edge, Deej.
Finn Hobbs was there to support him quickly.
He does that very well, DJ. You know, he gets that roll in the tackle and buys a bit of time for the supporting player. So.
Yeah, he's world class at that. For a guy of his stature, you'd think people would just take him down really quickly. It's an interesting kick.
It's a good bad kick, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. It fell right in no man's land. The winger's been driven out.
It's know, it worked out quite well in our favour. It wasn't what Foxy was looking to do and plan, but this came off all right. We've got a line out on the other side of the park, so it's not the end of the world.
Straight off the boot, it looked like it was a terrible kick, but it landed well. It's forced the error, so got Cammy Fenton right in the 10-metre line. You've never seen this set of people in the line out before.
No.
They do well. Put Boyle up at the front.
Again, he's touched that. You can't. They've stepped out yet.
Yeah.
One's into the side as well, man.
They've made it very messy. There's boys all over it.
Yeah, they've done. Park's done well though. Watsonians Park. Yeah, they've got the ball back and it's a good carry for Crumbs again. He's getting those leg drive after the initial contact, and
certainly was a double tackle as well. So
the little 9 just went flying out the back there as well.
I spotted that as well.
Quite chuffed to see that because he's a gobby little git.
Someone's had enough of it. Watsonians working it over to the left.
Yeah, we just need to get round that corner as well.
Finn Hobbs isolated.
Great chop tackle, that.
Yeah.
That is a 6'5" man's worst nightmare.
Yeah.
He's got a release there.
Well done. His knee down.
Good roll again. Oh, gee.
Some strength.
His knees are on the ground. He's got a release.
I think that was Charlie McKill getting WWF. WWE even.
I think there's a boy in the Premiership last week got red carded for something very similar. It was
yeah.
Like
a slam.
Good feet, Steely.
Steely does well. He realised he was isolated.
Just carry.
Rennick's got a job to do here.
Now we can get to a wide edge. We're on here.
It's in behind. DJ straightens up.
Now we're on here. Give the pass corner. Oh. Come back to it.
Combined intake of breath from everyone in the stand there.
9, 12. Yeah, I think if he could reach it, I'd maybe take the 3 points here. We've got the bonus point. It just takes him out with that sort of. He needs 2 converted tries. So I'll be taking the 3 here if he's got the legs into the wind. It's not an easy kick into the wind, but certainly as me sitting here looking onto it, that's where I'd be going. So
and that's the decision that's been made.
Yep. Crumbs is taking it, I think. He wishes.
Absolutely.
No, it just takes the sort of momentum out of it as well. We're building ourselves back into that game a wee bit, and we got through a few phases, and the momentum changed again. But this just sort of wastes a couple of minutes, and maybe kills that sort of Glasgow Hawks fight back. Yeah.
And just looking over the Hawks guys at the moment, there's 2 boys down, lots of hands on heads. I think they might be the team which is perhaps tail off, but you never know.
No, it's been a funny game right from the start. It's been sort of end to end. There've been a lot of mistakes. There've been a lot of sort of forced passes, but you kind of expect that first game back.
Yeah. But thank God it wasn't raining, because otherwise
there
wouldn't be much of us to say, to be honest. The referees
I don't see why
stop this again.
Stopped. Yeah, that could be a kick. And
it's really taking the sting out of Foxy.
Yeah, I don't think they'll be complaining. I think both teams will be getting their lungs back, and he's got a split head, I think.
Yeah, he does indeed. So he'll be coming off for a blood replacement. It looks like he's got 12 on his back, but unsure of all the positions. There's been lots of people coming off and on, all sorts of.
It looks about 12-year-old as well.
Yeah, absolutely panicking. Murray Scott's been called up just to hold the ball. It must be windier down there than it is up here.
Murray could blow away with the ball.
Don't hold on to it too hard. It's not an easy thing for Fox to do here, just straight on the pitch. An important 3 points, but
yeah, it's a big kick. It's a big kick, in the context of the game. It just kind of sort of, well, I'd like to think it puts a sort of final nail into the coffin, but
it's tailing off to the left, I think. Yeah, he's missed it.
Yeah, it's
stays 36-27.
Yeah, and it's killed a bit of momentum again and wasted a bit of time, but I'd like to see that. I'd breathe a bit easier if that was going over and take it out to the sort of needing 2 converted tries. But it's still a sort of 2-try game. But
so it will be a tough ask for Hawks, but it's not. From what we've seen today, it's not out with there.
Steely, man, just keep that in the field. Oh, is it in the field? Is it? Oh, doesn't care what he's doing.
Barreto seemed to know what he was doing. I don't think you can do that.
Yeah, I'd like to see that stay in the field for Steely, but the idea is right. Execution's just let him down a wee bit, but that wins again. He's got a bit of playing in that part because it looked like it flew
longer and left than I think what he was expecting. I agree, though. I mean, even if you just put a bomb up in the 22 or just outside, because you've given them 30 metres, they're inside our half.
You just need to say to them, you know, if you're going to score a try, you're scoring it for your own half. We're just, you know, putting pressure under ourselves. It's on, music crumbs. Oh, I'd like to see that go through the hands. But quick ball. Just stick that in. Good. Go, flood through, Josh. Go, there we are. Finish this. Tell you what, that Simon can run. Yeah, it's a great inside line for Connor Boyle there. You know, that's great work rate for the youngster there. He's seen the opportunity of that inside pass, and DJ's picked him out nice and early. But you know, that's all coming for Connor wanting to go that extra yard and the work rate that he showed there. And you know, boys like Steely and Josh Rowan's out wide just gambling on that line like they've done for years, and you know, he's up the tram lines and Josh finishes it off well. Yeah,
they linked up really well there, and I know we always say this, but with Boyle, he's got such a mature head on him. He
has. He knows rugby as well, which is the thing. I've never had certainly when I was back playing sort of before the injury, and I've never had I think he's 18, 19-year-old come up to me and telling me I'm doing stuff wrong before, you know. It's
that was brave.
It's something that I've never, you know, and I totally respect that. You know, at the time I think I told him to shut his mouth, but certainly looking back in it, he's you know, he knows rugby inside out, and he's certainly got a bright future in front of him.
Yeah, absolutely. The line he hit there, the knowledge, drew the man, popped to Steely. Steely got absolutely halved by some Terminator with a 7 on his back.
Yeah, he flew across the park. Steely's got a yard slower, or he's an absolute machine.
Yeah, and thankfully Roland finished it off. Fox to add the 2, bends it. That was curving, and he's got it. Additional 2, that's 43-27, I think.
I didn't think that went over sitting here, but touch judges have said different, so again, I'll take it.
Hawks going right here, looks of it.
The first try today for Josh Rowland, converted by.
This is to Steely, the assist. Second attempt at a kick. Not much better, to be honest.
It's off the park, so.
Exactly. Stevie actually mentioned at half-time this is quite an important game for the Bill McLaren Shield.
Yeah, this is the final game before we get our name in it, so you know, that's something that, again, to tick off the list that not many teams have actually.
Yeah.
I think there's maybe 3 names in it, I think.
Absolutely.
Sort of the Melrose, Ayr, and I'm not sure, I'm going to say Heriots.
I think that's who we took it off of.
Yes, so as I say, we're just getting a mess in that. You know, Fox is not coming forward. DJ and 13 have moved forward, and it's given that dog leg for him to run into.
Yeah.
So, you know, we're going to have to tighten up on those sort of.
Fox tried his best. He gave away a penalty, but Hawks are running it. He's made some good yards. Barreto goes left. Nice tackle from Chalmers.
Great steal for Fraser Rennick there. He put his head where nobody wants to do, and he took a good few clatters, but yeah, he's won the penalty. So
yeah, Cammy Fenton's just appreciating that, and it's nice that a professional has gone up to him and said, you know, that was brave. That was what we needed.
Again,
Hawks could have gone over there.
Yeah, we're putting ourselves into that position by just sort of misreads in defence as well, and putting ourselves under a bit of pressure that's no real need to actually do.
It was super frantic, and you know,
this will go out in the 22 for Fox's P shooter.
I don't even know if it made the 22.
The line has been kind to him.
He's been very, he's actually snuck into the 22 there, so Cammy Fenton won't be thanking him for that.
He's still got the option to kick it straight out though, so it's not the end of the world if so take it outside now, which is, we've got a good line out set though, a good drive again. Opportunities on wide edges, I'd like to see that went out the back and played. He's on the deck, he's on the deck.
Referee lets them play. Crum straightens up as he always does. Fox misses one. DJ.
Good.
So some good pace there.
Oh, keep that in hand.
And it's given it to their strike player, the professional Masaga.
Yeah, he's caught him well though. Just Josh has made amends for the. I'd like to see that stay in hand again for Josh. He's made that outside break and he's got up that touchline with Steely on the outside of him.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say.
That's just build a bit of pressure and
if he was
keep hold of the ball.
If he was the last man, I can see the kick. In fact, I think I've just seen Steely just say that to him. You know, you had me.
Give me the ball.
Yeah, and if I'm in pressure, I'll either come in or I'll kick it. Yeah. So
well, it's a case he passes the ball, follows it up, and somebody comes across, he gets that pass, and he's running it in himself. So.
Yeah, most likely Boyle will be somewhere about there. So Stevie, just go back to the Bill McLaren Shield. They're going to sign it, engrave it, and then Stevie will come up after. So there could be about a 5-minute, 10-minute wait at the end of the game, and then Stevie will come up and we'll talk a bit about that. But
get to ask him some hard-going questions.
I think he'll
shoes on the other foot now.
Yeah, he'll be eyeballing you quite hard.
Yeah. Don't you ask me anything I don't want to answer.
The first time we actually interviewed him, he didn't realise the camera was on him. Don't know what the referee's come back for there.
Yeah, he's fairly agitated down there. We had a speak before the game, and I said to him, when I'm watching rugby and I'm not involved in it, I'm one of the most nervous people in the world, but when I'm actually playing, it doesn't faze me at all. I can go out and play and I never even give it a second thought, but he says I'm the very same. He says I think to myself I'm going to stay quiet all game. He gets 30 seconds into the game and he's absolutely flipping out down there.
Yeah, I've never met a guy.
He just loves rugby. Oh. He's a complete rugby egg.
Passion.
Yeah, no, he absolutely loves it.
Him and I went on a tour to Helsinki, and it was the final, and I went high on some guy, and he just turned around to me and gave me about 5 minutes of abuse, and then I was like, oh, sorry about that. It's like, this has had like a fun tournament, Yeah. So even in that circumstance, he's never going to let a poor tackle. It was a poor tackle by me, but no one else was going to say anything.
No, yeah.
Gave me both barrels.
Yeah, he's a very competitive guy. Yeah. He's intense. A good word to describe him, intense, and loves rugby.
Yeah.
It's good scrumming though.
That's really good scrumming. Watsonians kept it in, so that forced the penalty. Hawks were very slow to come up from the scrum, so yeah, that was textbook.
Yeah, it's good scrumming for Jack Stanley. He stayed square and stayed out on his man, and he got that sort of dominance in the scrum going forward. So
yeah.
It's a front three penalty, that. So.
Gives Fox the opportunity to kick it
directly off the park.
Yeah. Doesn't try and go for distance.
Yeah, I think we've been stretched today. There's been times that haven't been perfect, but when there's the changes that are in that forward part, you've lost two of your main line-out jumpers with Hodgie and Jimmy Miller going off injured. And I think we've coped fairly well on a line out front. Charlie's taken great control of that line out, and he's just done the simple things and went to his cell and won the ball there. So we're looking dangerous when Chubby comes into that line. We're looking real dangerous.
Yeah, agree entirely. He's not going to like this comparison, but he kind of reminds me of Darcy Graham. When he's got that ball, Oh, and that's full time.
There's the final whistle there. So in the end, it was a win. We got our 5 points out of it. So gaining on results, we'll see where we are in the league just now. But
yep.
That's the first one after the Christmas break gone. So
The final score
blow the cobwebs out.
43 and Glasgow 27. So we're going to play the engravers well to go into the Bill McLaren Shield, and we'll welcome you all back to Myerside next week for that extravaganza do-or-die game against Curry.
Thank you, Stavy. So yeah, Stevie just said he's going to have complete the team talk, get the Bill McLaren cheered, and then he'll pop up for a little bit of a chat. So we'll just watch everyone. Definitely some sighs of relief for the Watsonians players there.
Yeah, I think go back to that Bill McLaren Shield. You know, it's massive for the club.
Yeah.
You know, it's a case of that there's. You know, I've been involved since it came on the go, and you know, this is the first time we've been in a chance, me personally, in a chance to actually, you know, to win the thing. So,
yeah, it's absolutely ginormous as well.
You know, it's a big shield looking down on it just now.
Andy Kerr is in charge of it just at the moment, and it is.
Yeah, it's good for the club. You know, you get your name in it, and that's there for
forever. Yeah.
So we'll just have to keep a hold of it next week. Curry will be coming to Myerside. Obviously, I don't know what the result is or anything like that, but they'll be coming to, you know, as an added incentive to actually take that off us. So that's a massive game for us next week. You know, there are a few injuries this week, so hopefully everybody's back up and running next week, and nothing's as serious as they originally looked.
Yeah. Completely agree. I think James Miller, certainly the biggest one there. Of course, we're still not sure what Hodge's injury was.
He looks okay. I just said it's something to do with his head. He's certainly in the tunnel just now, clapping away, and he looks okay. So, yeah, Jimmy's the main one. Let's see how Jimmy is. And
you're not going to believe this, Borth, but Curry actually won it.
Did they?
A drop goal the last minute by Gregor Hunter.
The score was
11-10.
11-10.
So it wasn't a draw, but
it's yeah, that'll take.
Because Curry were ahead of us.
That'll be us a point behind Curry now. Yep. And Heriot's only got a losing bonus point, so they'll be a point in front of us as well. So yeah, it just squeezes everything up again. And just makes it. Hodge's calling us down. He can do it. Yeah, you do it.
Alright, Borth is going to go down.
Yeah, you're captain, on you go.
It was very honourable of Hodgson there just to say to Borth to come down, and
that means I've got to go down the stairs and come back up again. That was the more the reason for it.
You're welcome to go down if you want.
No, mate, it's alright. It's alright. The boys that have been out there and done it, that's the ones that deserve the recognition of actually winning that. So
yeah, it's very very honourable of you there.
No, Hodgie, it's another wee thing he learned as being captain, so I'm not going to take his time away from him.
Could be the only time the club get it. So
and again, it means I've got to go down those stairs and come back up. So I've got my perch here quite comfortable.
Yep. I'm just going to wait for the presentation and then Steve Lower to come up. I'll get the mic ready. But that's considering Curry were, 11-10, that is a bizarre game.
Yeah, it just shows you how close that these sides are. You know, it's there's not a lot. I said on Tuesday when we had a little meeting, and I said, look, the opportunity for to win this league is massive. You know, any team in that top four, whoever gets there, has got the right to win the league. There's nobody that's miles and miles in previous years when Melrose have been, you know, head and shoulders above everybody else. You know, there's nobody this year. You know, and I say that with respect to every team, that there's nobody that far front anybody that's going to be in that top four by the end of the year. So we just need to get ourselves into it, and do something to get ourselves into it, and we could do with a, you know, it's, as I say, it's still in our hand. We've got Curry next week, then Ayr last game of the season, so it's still in our hand to actually win that and get into the top four. Then when we're there, anything can happen.
Yeah, absolutely, and we've got experience from the, albeit not very good experience from the playoff last season, but
you know, it's every year that you're involved in this sort of stuff is a year further on, and you know, you learn, especially when you're as young a side as what we have got out there.
It's another good point actually as well. Yeah, there's not like there's 10 outgoing players.
No. They're all kids out there. You know, you've got, you know, Fido, Hutton, and Lee that are
probably the elder.
Yeah, the elder of the three. But you know, every game that these boys have you know, got the experience, whether it's a win or a defeat, it's a case of that you know, you've learned something as much as that, and you know, these experiences in defeat as well as sort of winning games takes you a long way. And when you're back into it for the following years, you've felt what it feels like and the pressure that comes onto you. So
the crushing defeat is just brutal.
Yeah, it's not a nice position to be in, you know, losing any game. But when you're in a semi-final, you know, to lose that, it's not nice at all. But you know, Melrose were a far better side than what we were last year, and
yeah, that's a fair comment.
It's a case of that, you know, on a different day, you know, would we have won it? Probably not the way that Melrose played. You know, there's Jimmy out on stilts just now. So
oh yeah, it looks like an ankle.
It's his ankle that he's done. So fingers crossed. There's nothing broken in there, and he gets a good scan. But the fact that he's out on his crutches and he's he's not away straight to hospital is a good sign. So
yeah,
that'll be a relief for his family back home.
Definitely. That was probably the highlight, to see him hobbling about. Because the initial everyone parting, and then it's never good to see. Let's see if Stevie comes up like he said he would.
He better.
Aye.
He'll be getting a whistle now. Certainly isn't he looking like he's coming up, Steve up.
Who's he going to send up in his place?
Audrey!
Aye, good, Chunter.
Come up. Chance.
Here's Hodgie coming up though, and Chris Chunter, director of rugby.
A little bit of media training for them both here.
So we'll put them through their paces just now. Stevie re-emerges from the tunnel and he's thinking, oh, I've got away with that. So
just in that row up there, Chance.
You stand in that row.
What are we talking about?
Yeah.
Talking about rugby, mate. Talking about rugby.
Firstly, about the result. There's someone on the mic there.
Someone poor banner. Yeah, good to get a result. I think we made hard work of it. A bit rusty probably after the Christmas break. A few guys, you know, first half some simple missed tackles. But we'll work on it this week. Going into Curry next week, which is obviously going to be a pretty tough game.
Yeah, Hodgie, how's you went off with an injury, I think, was it? Or
yeah, just a wee head one, but feeling okay now, so it should be fine rolling on. But nah, good to get the win, good to get our name on that shield. Obviously a lot of hard work that's been going on in the background for the boys in training as well, over the whole season so far, and pre-season as well, all the work that went in, so it's good to get that. But yeah, I think his chance hit the nail on the head there, a wee bit rusty today after the break, but yeah, you know, kick on with the business end of the season coming up.
And Hawks actually probably surprised you a little bit, perhaps, like how well they were drilled and how quickly they came at you.
Yeah, you know, they're not a bad side when they get things right. So they came with a bit of line speed, put a bit of pressure on us, and their set piece was going okay. So yeah, it's not a bad side when they get going.
A final question for you, Hodgie. I think the line out was that quite impressive. Like even with you and Borth and a couple of boys missing,
the line out guru that I am.
They're actually still fired on all cylinders pretty much.
Yeah, no, I think it's just credit to strength and depth in our squad at the minute. We've got Charlie, Fido, Connor Boyle as well, that are all very good jumpers. So you know, when the likes of Borth's gone and I'm out as well, it's easy for them to pick up the strains, and then the hookers as well. You know, that's not an easy job. So hitting different size of targets. So credit to them. Credit to the boys as well for just fucking getting on with it.
I think you said for getting on with it. Yeah. That's and Chunts, like in terms of going into the end of the season here, Curry, with you know, it's trying to get into that playoff position. Curry, they actually won today.
Did they?
Yeah, 1 point victory for them.
Gregor Hunter dropped goal.
Yeah.
Was it?
Last couple of minutes.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we just got to keep doing what we're doing. If we keep winning our games, that's all we can do. You know, it's probably games now we look back at the start of the season, but we probably should have won, should have done better, which you know, might go against us towards the end. But you know, look, we'll keep going. Curry here next week. Big pre-match lunch. You know, we've got to give it our best shot and go out and beat them next week.
Perfect. And the Bill McLaren Shield, good to get that to Marside.
Yeah, I'm just delighted to get out of my flat because it's absolutely massive. But no, it's good. There's only 3 other teams that have got it on, and I think the 4th home game is usually a bit of a it's teams that have lost it on the 4th home game. Curse, that's the word. So yeah, delighted to get the name on that, and unfortunately can't drink out of it, so we'll probably just frisbee it or something.
Right, thanks very much, Jimmy
Cheers.
Hodgson.
Cheers, boys.